What is up, everybody? Eric here from Soundcast Studios. Today we're taking a look at DIY recording equipment's Toneloc compressor, which is a recreation of the Shure Level-Loc brick wall limiter. Full disclosure, DIY recording equipment sent me this unit on loan to make this video, but any opinion is entirely my own. This compressor is known for being very aggressive, and this color module definitely lives up to that. The module has an onboard jumper which allows you to change the release time from FST, which makes the module behave like the original unit, and SLO, which slows down the release time, making the compressor sound less aggressive. After messing around with the module for a bit, I did find it to be very limiting unless used in parallel, which we will get to in the sound samples. Now let's get to the sound samples. I tried out the module on vocals, bass, and drums using several configurations. I'll explain my thoughts on its application after each sound sample. First, we will start off with the vocals.
She always makes me wanna cry. Oh, oh, dries the water reach her. She always makes me wanna cry. Oh, oh, dries the water reach her. She always makes me wanna cry. Oh, oh, dries the water reach her. She always makes me wanna cry. Oh, oh, dries the water reach her.
For vocals, the compressor adds a little too much distortion for my taste. Even at the lowest setting, the distortion was very audible. I did like it a little more in parallel, since you can dial in some cool parallel compression that definitely has use in a lot of cases. So this one right here was in parallel. It was a 50% blend, still using the compressor at its lowest setting. And I liked it, but I still find it to be a little limiting, since you can see it's still very peaky and not as compressed as I would like it to be. Now let's hear the module on bass. I really liked it on bass, which I initially thought I would since I tend to add distortion on bass anyway. The compressor really evened out the bass, and the distortion helps it cut through a little more. I'm only showing the bass with 50% drive on the module since I found that to be the most usable in this application. Any less and it wasn't really doing much, and any more and it began to sound gross. It began to distort too much and I didn't like it. So at 50% it's a good middle ground. I didn't decide to do any parallel with this one since I didn't really feel it needed it, but you can definitely crank up the drive on the Toneloc and get some really distorted bass tones and make it sound really fat. But as you can see right here, with the fast release setting, it definitely evened out the bass a lot compared to the original signal. So it definitely worked really well in this application. Finally, we will hear it on drums, which is where this unit really shines. On drums, I felt like the module was usable across a huge range of drive settings. It definitely gave the drums a ton of character and makes them sound really interesting. The slow setting on drums is not one I would recommend at all. It was this one right here. It just makes the drums sound very boring, very dull, since the release time is too slow to really add that energy in. But I added it in just in case anyone wanted to hear that. At 75%, which is this one, you could really hear the drums get destroyed, but in a very musical way, which I liked. The drums in parallel with the module sounded great to me. It kept all the attack of the original signal, but added some of that grit and dirt from the module, which I found to be really pleasing. So I definitely highly recommend using this module in parallel with drums. It sounds really good, and this module is incredibly fun to use on drums. And so I can see why it gained its popularity with that application. It just makes the drums sound super interesting, super colorful, and it's something that definitely has its uses. Overall, I like this color module, but it is very much a one-trick pony for me. Granted, it does that one trick very well. It definitely adds a ton of color to anything it touches, but it's too niche to be a go-to compressor for me. The compressor is meant to crush and distort, and when you need it to do that, it is absolutely perfect for the job. It's very much when you want to add color and character to something. So that is going to be the end of this video. In the comment section below, let me know what you liked, what you didn't like, and what you thought I could have done better. And I'll see you all in the next video.